Well, I think Lynn Ice Hockey, they got to keep it, got to stick to the basics and the fundamentals, Play overall good hockey. Obviously they struggled with that on Friday night's loss, but I believe, you know, they have been undefeated so far in the season at home ice. So that should be something that they should grab onto and hopefully propel them to a win today. I believe so. I believe so. Conceding those 14 goals, you would expect some changes to be brought upon for this today's game. So, for sure, I believe some things are gonna have to be switched up, and hopefully, make some great adjustments, and overall just get a more of a better overall hockey game today. Yeah, certainly, certainly. If we can maybe get some nice backhand shots from Towns Haley to hopefully catapult this offense, it'd be nice to see from your defenseman. Yeah, certainly, certainly. If I recall correctly, back in October the 15th against the Miami Hurricanes, Coach Peroni went with the pair of Mikolanda and Towns Haley. So it's certainly nice to see that, Coach Peroni trying to switch things up. Maybe he saw something that, might work out better against the Fighting Owls tonight.
Excellent move. He's a very productive, fast-moving, and puck-moving defenseman from the back end. Maybe looking to jumpstart the offense early on and maybe surprise the FAU Owls early in this first period.
Certainly, certainly, you're gonna want to make an impact early, especially coming off of that brutal loss. You really want to get it going early on, and it'd be definitely a statement to the Owls that Fighting Knights are home today, and it's a whole different ball game.
Puck hits the ice. We are underway. The Fighting Knights in their home blue jerseys, FAU in their away whites, and we are ready for some hockey today. We start here with an early offsides. The Fighting Knights taking control early, taking this draw just outside the neutral zone. Marie dumping this one deep in the FAU Owls end. Rocco Braun in there on the forecheck with Sam Sheffield. They battle along the boards. Just 20 seconds gone by and a long stretch pass. Marie, a back check, and off the post. Net is off its pairings. Referee tries to fix it. And Sheffield hops this one over to Vicino and lofting that one all the way down the ice. And a steal from Braun, gets it through, and a save from the Owls goaltender.
All right, both the Fighting Knights and Owls exchanging shots there in the first couple seconds of the match. Very promising to see that, that great response by the Fighting Knights following the shot on by the Owls right there.
Excellent start for the Fighting Knights offense as they continue their attack in the offensive zone. A mistake there on the far side boards from the Owls, and they struggle to get this one out of the zone. Dean Mickelbust and Eddie Valencia there on the forecheck. The Owls come soaring up the ice. But the Fighting Knights sending this one back into the defensive end. Towns Haley sends this one to Mickelbust, couldn't control it. The Fighting Knights still on the forecheck. Excellent defensive zone play from the Captain Gramando. The Fighting Knights staying strong defensively and abruptly exit the zone. The defensive pair change on the side of the Fighting Knights. Here comes Jack Douglas soaring onto the ice. A toe drag move from the out, and they're in on the attack. What?
I'm hearing some static noise up here.
What do you think of this start so far, Bias?
I think it's a great start so far. You can see that first 2 minutes, Fighting Knights are really reassuring their defensive prowess right now. Towns Haley coming in for those couple of minutes right there with great poke checks, stopping the Owls' offense on the rush.
And luckily, the Fighting Knights are done with road games for this season, and they are still undefeated in this building so far in this season. All the remaining games for the Fighting Knights are going to be played at Palm Beach Skate Zone, their home ice. Now this is Luke Bender with it, playing it along the boards, and a turnover. That one skips just over the 6x4. The Owls trying to go back up to the point. They work it down low. Stopped down by Willem Kirk. The Owls hold control on the outside, get this one to the net, and they try to push for a rebound, and a save by Chris Graham. Now it's Safante. Safante trying to find Stevens. Couldn't locate him. Now it's Kirk. Kirk sends this one in deep.
Quick going.
Huge collision there. Dylan Stevens popping right back up. And Mason Maria shot and fires that one wide. Now it's Glenn Brand sends this one ringside for Braun. Excuse me, Panto. The Fighting Knights holding control, trying to find an early lead. The Owls break this one out. Glenn Brand has it now. 16:33 left in this first game of play. A long shot. That one skips its way to the board. Battle along in the near side corner. Back up to the point. Goes right back down low. Center attempt blocked. The Fighting Knights trying to exit the defensive zone. Move to Vicino. Vicino shut down, and the Owls come back the other way. That drop pass shut down. Now it's Marie. Marie with the wheels. A toe drag move, and he's on his horse. Marie looking for a second shot attempt. Drop pass. Vicino. That one wide.
It's great to see Mason Marie trying to create opportunities right there.
Now it's Sheffield. Sheffield had a point in Friday's game. 15:30 left in this first period. The Fighting Knights still fighting the Owls in their defensive zone. Luis, the Fighting Knights have done excellent with their forecheck so far in this game. I think it's the best we've ever seen from the Fighting Knights.
Yes, certainly has been, and it's been all of their defensemen really contributing. Towns Haley really, you know, anchoring the defense right there. All defensive effort.
And the Knights are up early. 1-0.
Great puck vision by Gramando right there. Seeing the pass, intercepting it, and taking it all himself. Beautiful pass. Kissing the far right post right there. And we got ourselves a nice hockey game here at Clifton Haskin. Fighting Knights with a statement in the opening first period.
They absolutely do. And the captain Gramando leading the way for the Fighting Knights. This is a perfect start if you're the behind the Fighting Knights bench, getting a 1-0 lead over the FAU Owls. As Willem Kirk defending the Fighting Knights zone and chips this puck out to neutral territory. Dean Mickelbust, a one-on-one forecheck. The Owls working their way through the zone. A long shot, that one hitting the glass. The Owls go down low. Behind the net, centering pass. They fight for it. The Owls still holding control. The Owls smell blood in the water. They go back door ringside. Up to the point. Has time and space. That shot blocked. And the Knights get it out and go for a change. Dean Mickelbust still on the attack. Excellent play by Mickelbust. And Safante on a physical forecheck. 13:42 left in the first. The Owls calming down their offense. Finding time and space. Now it's Glenn Brand. Safante on the regroup. Trying to get it out. Now it's Douglas. Douglas, that one stripped away. The Owls still on the attack. Centering attempt, and they score. That one looked to be redirected off a skate in front.
Yeah, it seems like it. I think it was deflected in by one of the defensemen on the Fighting Knights. Nonetheless, you sense that it was coming, Clifton, with that offensive pressure the Owls had right then the last minute and a half or so. You know, a couple of times the defensemen on the Fighting Knights tried to clear it, but they were unfortunately unable to successfully do so, and therefore resulting in that equalizer right there.
And the Fighting Knights just couldn't maintain their offensive forecheck, and now Marie coming back up with it, looking to get the Fighting Knights ahead, and they go off sides, unfortunately. on that rush. It's 1-1 the score here at Palm Beach Skate Zone. 13:03 the time in the first. Douglas on the forecheck, looking for a shot, and that puck bouncing around. And a long stretch pass from the Owls. 2-on-1 opportunity. Mason Marine, excellent defensive zone play. The Owls still come up with it, and that shot fired wide. The Owls still on the attack. Excellent poke checking play by Willie Doyle. Doyle plays this one down the ice, and the Fighting Knights go for a change. That long shot, blockered down by Chris Graham. Now it's Trokey. Now Carter Harvey. That pass intercepted, he gets it back. Now it's Panzo. That shot skips into the glove of the Owls goaltender.
All right. Lynn Ice Hockey fans, tell the world you are watching. Share your experiences, connect with other fans, and gain behind-the-scenes access to your favorite team. For more information, visit Lynn Ice Hockey on Instagram and Twitter at Lynn Ice Hockey, and tweet us using the hashtag LynnKicksIce.
Bias, we just saw a great offensive opportunity and a diving save from the Owls goaltender. The Knights were just inches away from going ahead in this game, and now we see the Owls coming back on the attack and a centering play. That one shoveled away by Willem Kurth. Kurth has it now. Plays it off the boards in a breakaway attempt, and Harvey can't keep his legs and whiffs on that breakaway attempt. That was a great opportunity for the Fighting Knights. Now the Owls come back the other way. A wraparound attempt, that one shut down. Vecino battling there in the corner. Now it's Trokey. Trokey plays it down the ice. Carter Harvey going off in exchange for Rocco Braun. The Owls making their way down the ice. A long shot, and that one shut down by Chris Graham. Excellent save there.
Seems like, Clifton, it's a pretty even matchup so far. Fighting Knights and Owls both sharing each other's shots and defensive plays right there, and it's going to be a back and forth all afternoon.
I certainly agree, Bias. This one looks promising for today. As Luca Vecino in on the forecheck. And a steal. Braun. Vecino fires. Braun still has control, and a huge hit there. Braun still fighting away. Sheffield back to Towns. Haley, the big man. The Fighting Knights go to work down low, still applying pressure. Sam Sheffield throwing his weight around. The Fighting Knights still, they are not going away on this forecheck. The Owls pass their way through neutral territory. Staying on side. Fake slap shot. Get this one in. Try to center, and they score. The Owls pulling ahead by 1 now.
Yep, certainly great play by the Owls right there. Taking advantage, clearing, getting out of their defensive zone, and really driving it all the way out on the opposite end of the ice. Two great passes right there, and a simple slap shot in to take the lead.
Looks like the Fighting Knights really had it offensively. They were keeping the Owls in their defensive zone. They just broke down defensively and couldn't get back. They couldn't shut down that passing play. FAU wheeling and dealing down that far side. No penalty on the play as the Fighting Knights look to try to break this puck out. The Owls pass to the slot, and now they get it out. They finally clear their blue line. The defense for the Fighting Knights going off for a change. And a steal shot, and it's trapped in the equipment of the FAU goaltender. He tries to shake it out there.
Certainly, Clifton. As a goaltender, you want to use any part of your body to make that shot. Funny enough, it entered inside his blocker right there, his left blocker.
And this draw comes to the left of the FAU goaltender, Jack Douglas, losing that draw. 9:10 showing on the clock in this first period. The score 2-1 FAU. FAU with the shot. Spinorama attempt. Couldn't get that one off against Willie Doyle. FAU controlling along the outside. Long backdoor attempt. That one not hitting its target. Now it's Kurth. Kurth missing a hit. A long shot. That one soaring out of play. And we see a stoppage. Bias, what do you think the Fighting Knights need to do to tie this game at 2?
I think they need to get back to their offensive pressure they had in the first opening 5 minutes of this first period. Very promising right there. That ended up resulting in a goal. I believe that they're a little bit more aggressive. They'll be able to get it done and equalize this once again.
The Fighting Knights trying to center that off of that forecheck. Towns Haley almost stepping up into the fray. Now it's Trokey. And the Fighting Knights forecheck, it certainly seems to work. That's how they, oh, and a huge hit there by Carter Harvey. Carter Harvey certainly making his presence known out there on the ice.
Certainly, certainly. A little bit more of a physical game wouldn't hurt the Fighting Knights at all. Love to see it. Physicality.
And we see some changing complications. Unfortunately, Luke Bender couldn't step onto the ice. Douglas for the draw. FAU winning this one. They go down low. Douglas fighting along the boards. Now it's the big man, Haley. Haley reloading the point. Long slap shot. That one going wide. Now it's Panzo. Douglas trying to hunt it down. Now it's the Owls making their way into the zone. Shot. Saved by Graham. FAU once again controlling along this near side, and a backdoor play. Couldn't reach that pass. Now it's Harvey breaking this one out. The Fighting Knights roster going for a change. Marie trying to break this one out. Marie stripped away from that one. Now it's the Owls in the slot, and they score. Now it's 3-1.
Yep. Nothing much to say there. It's another goal right there by the Owls, capitalizing on another couple defensive miscues by the Fighting Knights right there, as the puck just felt like it was bouncing around and traveling in between all the defensemen's legs right there, resulting to another goal right there for the Owls.
The Fighting Knights really need to get back to that aggressive forecheck, making it difficult to break out for the Owls, because that difficult forecheck leads to defensive zone mistakes, and they need to shut down the offense for the Owls. And they almost get another chance right here. Graham finding the puck, and the whistle is blown, leading us to yet another stoppage. The score 3-1 FAU Owls here at Palm Beach Skate Zone. 6:35 showing on the board.
Lynn Ice Hockey is sponsored by Adidas, Hustle, Hustle Clean, Requipped, and BioSteel.
The Owls trying to do a wraparound attempt, and it fails on that one. Couldn't get it up. The Owls still holding control. Trying to go back door. Shut down by Graham. Now it's Sheffield. Vecino throwing his weight around at the point. The Owls coming right back. A long shot, and that one deflecting up into the netting. The Fighting Knights struggling to get it out of their zone and maintain any sort of offensive control. We haven't seen the offensive control bias from the Fighting Knights in a little bit, and that's what looks to be leading to all these goals in their defensive end.
Certainly, certainly. I think if the Fighting Knights can focus on winning some face-offs right now, it definitely help them out. I believe the Fighting Knights have not won a face-offs in about the last couple or so I think they should get back to that and definitely help out.
Now it's Valencia. Dean Mickelbust on the forecheck. Defensive play from Valencia and an offside call, even though it was a desperate attempt from a FAU Owls player. The captain Germondo with the only goal so far for the Fighting Knights taking the draw. Germondo winning the draw. That's a good sign for the Fighting Knights as they ice this one, and we go all the way back down the ice.
Certainly. Coach Baroni opting for Towns Haley and Willie Doyle for the last few minutes remaining here in this first period. Believe that, going with the big man Towns Haley should benefit them in the last closing minutes here.
Eddie Valencia on the throwing his weight around. Now it's Mickelbus trying to break through, and Mickelbus can't complete the rush. .5:15 appearing on the clock left in this first period of play. The Fighting Knights down by 2. Douglas on the draw. The Owls missing that long lead pass. They still get there to avoid the icing. Now it's Marie trying to toe drag it through, loses it right in front of his own net. Marie fighting his way. Now the Owls come out with it off the post. Just narrowly missing a 4-1 lead for the Owls. Marie is pestered by the forechecking Owls. The Owls' long stretch pass all the way down the ice. Now it's Trokey. Trokey sends this one up to neutral territory. Marie defending. The Owls break through the slot. The Owls has time and space, fires that one wide, and we do see a penalty on the play. The goaltender for the Owls hitting the bench, and a long shot, and they score on the man advantage. FAU taking advantage of the extra attacker and going up by 3 now.
Yeah, certainly long shot from the point right there by the Owls. Seems to be some chirping down in the bench, Clifton, by the Fighting Knights. Seem to be discussing about concerning the penalty that was called.
they're debating. Looks like the captain discussing if the play should have been dead. Both of the captains discussing at center ice.
Seems like the Captain Gramando explaining to the Owls captain maybe the timing of the time that the penalty was called might have been maybe slightly delayed, and that therefore led to the Fighting Owls going on with the play right there.
Possibly. Looks like we still continue at center ice. Oh my, it looks like the Fighting Knights are discussing if they heard a whistle from the crowd. They just made an announcement just moments ago, maybe confusing the Fighting Knights and leading to a goal. But looks like I only see 4 players on the ice, but the penalty is still on the board and along with the goal. So does that mean they still play?
Seems like it.
Because the goal is still on the board. They still keep the four goals on the board along with the penalty. So we will see a Fighting Knights penalty kill here late here in the first period. Gramando and Vecino out here on the kill. Along with Maury and Trokey. FAU getting that one through. Graham covering that one up.
This seems to have bothered the Fighting Knights bench, certainly. Players are still chirping at the referees right now and trying to voice their opinions, but I believe it's a little too late for that.
And we see a breakaway from Luca Vecino. Vecino trying to get in, backhand, finds his own rebound, and can't put it home. The Owls come back the other way. FAU wheeling around the net and going up to the point. Vecino defending. Back up to the point for the Owls. They go along to that far side. Trying to go back door. The Owls holding control. Owls going back to the point. Down low. Gramando defending up top. Sticking with this man all around. They go back up top. Now to the far side. 35 seconds left on this penalty kill. FAU with the chance. That one blocked in front, and it's cleared away and out of the zone. The Knights going for a change. FAU has 20 seconds left on this man advantage. Another shot, that one patted away by Graham. They go back door. 12 seconds now on the power play. FAU passing their way behind the net. They go back up top. FAU, a shot, saved by Graham. Mask comes off and whistle is blown, ending the penalty. An excellent penalty kill from the Fighting Knights. Wouldn't you say so, Luis?
Certainly, certainly. I think, you know, that maybe misjudgment by the referees might have influenced and, you know, fired up that bench. Then make sure to get this penalty kill and keep them in the game.
.207 left in this first period of play. FAU 4 to Lynn University's 1. The Owls winning this draw and going back up to the point. The Knights returning to even strength just moments ago. Now it's Rocco Braun around the net. Brand has time and space, gets that one to the net, and that one patted away. Now it's FAU breaking it out now. 2-man in deep on the forecheck. Owls trying to go backdoor, can't complete that pass. $1:25 left in this first period of play. The Owls wheeling through neutral territory. Breaking in. Towns Haley shutting that chance down. Now it's Dean Mickelbust on that far side. Mickelbust gets this one to Valencia, starting the forecheck. Valencia losing his twig down there. Now 1 minute of play left in this first period.
I think the Fighting Knights, to conclude this first period, should focus on maintaining possession of the puck for the remaining 53 seconds, try to knock in a couple shots in, and potentially, you know, leave this period with an extra goal in.
In an ideal situation, the Fighting Knights would want to go into this intermission at least with some momentum. As we see an icing call here, leaving 35 seconds left on the clock. As we come all the way back down the ice to FAU territory. The Captain Grimmondo taking the draw. The Owls win this one and rim it around the boards. And Bender trying to throw a huge hit there on the boards. FAU holding control. It's Towns Haley with it now. Haley flips this one up to the FAU point and just barely gets it out. 10 seconds left. FAU going back and forth. They get into the zone. And time will expire.
At the end of the first period, the score here at Palm Beach Skate Zone is Florida Atlantic Owls 4, Lynn University Fighting Knights 1. We are taking a short break, but we'll be right back here at Palm Beach Skate Zone.
And we are back for the second period of play between your Lynn University Fighting Knights and the Florida Atlantic University Owls. The score after that first period is the Fighting Knights 1, FAU 4. The Fighting Knights, Luis, had a very early lead, and it unfortunately came crashing down late in the first period. FAU putting up 4 goals.
That is correct. Fighting Knights looked like a completely different team following the first 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes of that first period. First 10 minutes, great offensive pressure, great poke checking by Towns Haley, Willie Doyle in the back end as well, doing his thing. Mason Marine anchoring and creating offensive plays. But once the second, the latter part of that first period, after the 10 minutes, it seemed like the Fighting Knights started to break down defensively, and a couple pucks were flying loose, getting through them easily, and the Owls were able to capitalize, you know?
I would expect Mason Marie to see even more ice time in this second period, as I believe he can be the spark that can spark a comeback for the Fighting Knights.
Yep, certainly. Tommy Gramando opening up the scoring. Look for him to try to add on to that on this second period. I think it would be a great combination, Gramando and Marie, catapulting the Fighting Knights back into this game for sure.
We see no changes on the side of the Fighting Knights in terms of starting lineups. Luca Vicino and Rocco Braun centering by Sam Sheffield. And now we do see a defensive pairing change. Mason Marie and the big man Towns Haley, as FAU off to an early start and a rebound. That chance whiffed away. Long stretch pass resulting in an icing. FAU to an early start.
Early, yeah, the Owls are off and running. Fighting Knights should focus on keeping them back, getting back to what made them great that first 10 minutes of the last period.
FAU winning this draw back. They go D to D. They get it in front. Shut down. Vicino trying to get this one out. Now it's Towns Haley. Haley off the boards and out of the zone. The Owls go back and forth in their own territory. FAU on the rush as the Fighting Knights go for a change. Dean Mickelbus stepping onto the ice as that shot blockered up into the netting. Now we see Eddie Valencia and Dean Mickelbus centered by the captain, Germando. Marie still out here, and there we go, exchanging for Willem Kurth and Willie Doyle.
Looking like Coach Peroni's going for a more of an offensive push right here, bringing back on the captain and Mason Marie, who's, while being a defenseman, great offensively and can swivel past the Owls at any given time.
The Owls firing this one into the offensive zone as the Fighting Knights look to try to break this one out. The Owls maintaining possession. Now it's Doyle. Doyle along the boards. Germando trying to defend. Haley trying to get this one out. Still can't get it past the blue line, and a shot. That one into the boards. FAU slinging this one out of the zone. Luis, we've yet to see a Fighting Knights shot on goal. And a save there by Graham. Puck sits in the blue paint. It's cleared away.
Yeah, certainly. Fighting Knights have been unable to get back into their offensive zone. And yeah, that's the reason why I believe we haven't seen a shot on goal by the Fighting Knights.
As FAU coming out here with another chance. Can't get it to the net. 17:45 showing on the clock in this second period of play. Now it's Douglas. And the Fighting Knights dump this one in and go to work. The FAU flying up the ice. You center this one. The Owls get control. A long shot tipped and swallowed up by Chris Graham.
Fans, we invite you to tune in to watch our next home game against Vanderbilt University. Live on YouTube Friday, January 27th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Or if you're in the South Florida area, come and cheer the Lynn Ice Hockey on Palm Beach Skate Zone in Lake Worth, just 25 minutes north of Lynn University's Boca Raton campus. This is also a game the following day against Vanderbilt at 4:30 p.m.
See Dylan Stapleton taking the draw for the Fighting Knights. As we see Panzo trying to break this one out. Panzo puts this one down the ice for the Fighting Knights. Stapleton hustling on the forecheck. Glenn Brand hammers this one in.
Great job by Brand keeping that in the offensive zone.
A shot there, the first shot of the second period for the Fighting Knights. As we see a long pass. Icing cleared away for the FAU Owls as they try to center that one. 16:25 showing on the clock here in the second period. Mason Marie pestering his man. A spinorama shot that will just barely get out of the zone for the Fighting Knights. Harvey on the forecheck, along with Panzo. Sam Sheffield stepping onto the ice. Now it's Mason Marie. Marie with speed. Loses that one. Sheffield still maintaining control. Sheffield looking for a man to pass to. And he finds Rocco Braun down low. Braun, Marie. Marie gets this one down low. Luca Vicino on the forecheck. The Fighting Knights showing some life here in the second period of play. Marie, long shot. That one deflected. The Owls break this one out. That's been the best shift we've seen so far, Bias, in the second period for the Fighting Knights.
Certainly. Love what I'm seeing so far. Look for them to continue this offensive pressure.
And a glove save there by Graham to bring us to a stoppage. With 15:14 left here in the second period. The score still the same from the first. 4-1 FAU Owls.
All right, Chris Graham right there. It's nice to see him staying on his toes. So far, every shot has been on goal by the Owls, and he has been able to swallow them up all and deflect them when needed.
The Fighting Knights still trying to gain control here in this neutral territory. Now it's Willem Kurth backhands this one. The Owls still maintaining possession. A backdoor play. Excellent defensive play by Kurth. The Owls still trying to capitalize. Now it's broken out. Eddie Valencia, that one just out of his reach. And here come the Owls. The Owls in around the net. It's taken away by Kurth. Now it's Valencia. Valencia. That one once again just out of his reach. Now it's Mickelbust. Mickelbust to the net, soaring over the 6x4. Doyle still maintaining the offense for the Fighting Knights, but no one is there to forecheck. A long stretch pass for the Knights. That one shut down by Doyle once again. Now it's Douglas. Haley looks back to Doyle. Doyle to Douglas. And the Fighting Knights dump in chase and are rushing into the zone. Safante is there in on the forecheck. FAU along that far side. FAU trying to center. Saved by Graham. Cleared away by Towns Haley. FAU rushing to the net, and that one shut down. 13:25 showing on the clock for the second period. A long stretch pass shut down. The Owls saved by Chris Graham. And a diving play by Douglas. Douglas with an excellent pullback move. And clears this one all the way down the ice for an icing. What a rush of events there, Luis Bias.
Yeah, certainly. Fighting Knights crowding Chris Graham's vision right there, really trying to support him, but great defensive plays by Mickelbust. Getting his skate in to deflect with that shot earlier in the period. But great to see that they were able to clear it out and see if they could get back onto their offensive zone.
FAU back on the attack. Towns Haley trying to defend, and they score on a centering play. The score now 5-1 FAU Owls.
Oh. An unfortunate turn of events right there for the Fighting Knights. Unable to successfully clear the puck, resulting in a face-off that led to another shot on. There's nothing you could do there, Clifton. Chris Graham tried everything he did earlier in that last play before the whistle. And unfortunately, the Fighting Knights are looking at another big deficit right now, down 4 with 12:35 on the clock.
Now this mountain of goals looking even taller, the climb from the Fighting Knights. They still look to find a way back into this game as Dylan Stapleton hammering his man into the boards, trying to spark some life into this Fighting Knights team. Great shutdown play there by Glenn Brand. The Owls still in on the attack. Now is that Sal Esposito stepping into the game? This says his first shift. He wasn't here in the first period of play. But now we see Mason Marie. Marie wheeling down that far side with speed. Stops and falls to the ice. But now Esposito trying to pick this one up. Esposito fighting aggressively there in the far side boards. Doing what he does best, getting under the opponent's skin. Now 3-on-2 opportunity for the Owls. A shot, that one deflected into the netting. We get an excellent surprise here, Bias. Number 52, Sal Esposito, stepping into the game for the first time.
Yeah, certainly. I think he'll definitely bring his edge into this game. Something that the Fighting Knights have been lacking, not enough physicality, I believe, in the second period. Good to see he made his presence known immediately by getting some hard hits right there and battling at the boards aggressively as he usually always does. So definitely be nice, a new, refreshing approach to the second period.
Sal Esposito could certainly help draw some penalties, get under the opponent's skin, and maybe spark some kind of comeback here for the Fighting Knights.
Yeah, that's certainly right. The Fighting Knights have gone without a power play so far in this matchup. Look for Sal Esposito to maybe conjure up a potential power play opportunity.
11 minutes exactly left in this second period of play. FAU going ahead by one more, making the score 5-1. Now Trokey muscling his way along the boards, and he's down and in pain. Seemingly pops right back up. He's still a little slow. But now the Fighting Knights luckily relieve the offensive pressure, but here comes some more from the Owls. Now it's Kurth. Kurth trying to go away with that one. Owls have an opportunity and they can't complete it right there in front of the net. Now it's Sheffield. Vicino just inches away from yet another breakaway opportunity as the Fighting Knights offense will go for a change. The captain Germondo helping out on the back check. The Owls on a turnover. Try to go back door and they can't complete the play as we pass the halfway mark of the second period. Eddie Valencia on the forecheck. And we do see a penalty here on the play. This one will go on the side of the Fighting Knights. Making this the second penalty kill of the game for the Fighting Knights. We'll wait to see what the call is. We see some chirping and exchanging of some words from both sides as Towns Haley, number 92, makes his way to the box.
Yeah, certainly. Some exchange of some not so kind words right there by both sides. Towns Haley, a big man, heading out to the sim box right now. Set this one out. And once again, Fighting Knights on a penalty kill. Successful the first time. See if they can repeat that once again.
Having Towns Haley in the box certainly hurts this penalty kill. Towns Haley has that big reach. They won't have that for about 2 minutes. As we see FAU maintain possession along the outside. Now it's Esposito applying some aggressive pressure, hunting his man down in the offensive zone. And that shot deflected up and hitting the flag for a stoppage. 30 seconds gone by in this penalty kill. Luis, surviving this penalty kill would certainly mean a lot for the Fighting Knights.
Yeah, surviving this would definitely be a statement to show the Owls that they're not done and that they can still stop them in their tracks, even with the one-man advantage.
Sal Esposito going off in exchange for Luca Vicino on this penalty kill as FAU pushes on to the attack. Going back door, couldn't complete that play. Now a minute left in this penalty kill for the Fighting Knights. FAU, long point shot. That shot deflected, and it's cleared all the way down the ice. 55 seconds left in this kill. Doyle going off in exchange for Willem Kurth. Mason Marie defending, trying to poke check. Can't complete it. The Owls, and now a one-on-one opportunity for Vicino. Vicino fires that one off the mask, going for a wraparound attempt and can't put it home. 30 seconds left on this penalty kill. Now it goes back to Kurth. Now Luke Bender taking his sweet time in
slinging this one all the way down the ice. 15 seconds left on the kill. The Owls rushing in on the attack. Reach the slot, and now it just barely skips out of the zone for a clear, and a breakaway opportunity for Vicino. Fires, and that one patted away. The Fighting Knights will return to even strength, now with some momentum on their side, but they ice this one all the way down for a stoppage. The pace of play certainly picking up here, Bias. The Fighting Knights showed some life, at least with that shot, that shorthanded opportunity from Luca Vicino.
Yeah, Luca Vicino coming in, seeing the vision, passing by two defensemen right there. Unfortunately, might have held on to the puck a little bit longer, and therefore resulting into another block shot by the Owls goaltender right there.
Now Luke Bender fighting behind the net, but now it's Jack Douglas. Kurth with a defensive poke check. A drop play, and that one off the post. And Kurth backhands this one for Esposito. Esposito trying to muscle his way through. FAU with the shot, and they score from the slot to make the score 6-1 now.
FAU not giving up on that play. Seemed like it was a lost cause, but credit FAU Owls by staying with the play. And I believe their centerman right there with a nice wrist shot right there as a last desperation to try to get it past Chris Graham. Fortunately, he did so, and now it's a 5-goal advantage for the Owls. And it's with every minute passing by, Clifton, it seems like the chances are getting slimmer and slimmer for the Fighting Knights.
Absolutely, and we see another goal here from the Fighting Knights. Just casually walking in and sending that one to the top shelf. And now pushing the score to 7-1 here in this second period. We're seeing a very deflated Fighting Knights roster, especially as the goal total gets higher and higher for the Owls.
Certainly on that goal right there, seemed like the Fighting Knights were unaware of the wraparound attempt. And the kind of had some room right there, and it was a pretty fairly easy shot for the Owls to cash in on.
We do see a timeout here on the Fighting Knights side. Bias, what would you tell your Fighting Knight roster if you're behind the bench?
Well, I'd tell them to clean up their defensive play. Lately, I believe that it's been the culprit of their big deficit that they have right now. Fighting Knights have been unable to secure the puck. And when they do, it's been very brief as the Owls come right back to snatch it back from them. If I were behind in the bench, I'd just let them know to get back to the basics and get back and try to hone in on what they did good in that first period.
Yeah, another announcement coming from our PA announcer, Carrie DeGraff, letting the audience know that a suspension from the game could happen if you have a whistle from the crowd.
Certainly.
We see play resume. Fighting Knights on the attack and a backhand opportunity. And the net pushed off its bearings, but the Owls come right back. A shot and a player from the Owls ramming into Chris Graham. I'm quite surprised we didn't see a more immediate response from the Fighting Knights. Luckily, Chris Graham pops right back up.
Yeah, coming in at full force. And Chris Graham took the majority of that momentum from the oncoming Owls. But going back to what we were talking about earlier, Clifton, I believe that the Fighting Knights' defensive woes are coming in on the loss of puck possession mainly, because as you can see, 2 penalty kills and they've been successful and they've done great job so far, almost scoring on a penalty kill. So I believe that it's been on the exchange and loss of puck possession that's really coming back to bite them.
And killing 2 penalties, Bias, that's not easy against this FAU team. And it's quite impressive that the Fighting Knights were able to shield off those 2 penalties. One coming in the first period, and another coming here in the second period of play. And we do see the second period starting to wind down with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. FAU once again maintaining possession, but that one intercepted. And now it's a one-on-one opportunity. Braun, and that one fired wide. FAU responding with the rush, pushing to the outside. Centering attempt, that one off the post. Play continues. Willem Kurth, first one on the scene down low. And now Vecino pushing for another opportunity, getting through, scores! The Fighting Knights showing some life here late on in the second period. And the score now 7-2.
Excellent goal by Luca Vecino right there. Capitalizing on the Owls defenseman miscue, unable to properly control the puck. Gave way to an open lane down the ice, down to the net, driving it home. And the Fighting Knights with a little bit of life, Clifton. And let's see if this momentum can carry on to the remaining 4 minutes, 30 seconds in this period.
In Bias, it was bound to happen for Luca Vecino. He had multiple opportunities in that first period, and now he finally capitalizes and maintains his place as the most productive player for the Fighting Knights roster. The second period winding down, 4 minutes and 13 seconds left in this second period as the Fighting Knights break this one out of the zone. Dean Mickelbust has the Captain Germondo in with him. The Fighting Knights fighting along the boards behind the net. Less than 4 minutes left in this second period. A long shot. Another shot attempt blocked by Towns Haley. Now another shot attempt. That one blocker down by Graham. Offense still continues, and we do see a penalty on the side of the Fighting Knights. Another one. Another shot attempt. That one shut down by the Fighting Knights netminder, and we will see a slash on the side of the Fighting Knights. That's 3 penalties today, Bias. And we know that doesn't help them at all. Number 88, Luke Bender, going to the box.
Once again, Clifton, as I mentioned earlier, the defensive wolf coming on the loss of puck possession. Once again, the Fighting Knights, in desperate attempts to clear the puck, to not concede another goal, they commit another infraction, and it's just a repetitive defensive miscue that keeps going on, and hopefully, third time's a charm, they can once again kill this penalty.
3 minutes and 15 seconds left in this second period. The Fighting Knights coming off of a goal from their leading and most productive player, number 8, Luca Vecino. As we do see the FAU Owls breaking this one in, and now we do have a 2-on-1 opportunity. Sal Esposito, and can't get that breakaway opportunity off. Score remains the same. The Fighting Knights are very good at creating opportunities, especially on their penalty kill. And now Vecino lofting this one down the ice. And now Esposito and Luca Vecino go off for a change. Safante and Dylan Stapleton. The Owls rushing down the ice. Less than a minute left in this penalty kill. Now it's Safante. Safante wristing this one all the way down the ice. Stapleton in on the forecheck. Stapleton in alone, trying to press that puck to the boards, fighting his man along, down low. Some confusion on the FAU side. 28 seconds left in this penalty kill for the Fighting Knights. Now it's Safante wristing this one all the way down the ice. Stapleton going off the ice in exchange for the captain Germondo. Now it's Marie. Marie, he had Germondo, couldn't get it to him. Five seconds left in this penalty kill. And we do see a penalty, another penalty on the side of the Fighting Knights. The fourth penalty of the game coming just seconds after the previous one ended, and the Fighting Knights will remain on the penalty kill for the rest of the period.
Wow.
And that penalty on number 21, Mason Marie, certainly not the player you want in the box on the Lynn University side.
Definitely not how Coach Peroni drew that one up, Clifton. After completing yet another successful penalty kill, the Fighting Knights are right back at it.
And the Fighting Knights are really testing their luck here against this FAU power play. As they cycle this one down low. FAU along the outside, as they typically do. They're trying to go back door. Now they go up top. The Owls maintaining possession, back door, and a save from Chris Graham. A diving play from the netminder. And we still stay at 7-2 FAU.
Chris Graham seemed to be shaken up a little bit after that one. Certainly, it was a shot right on, straight to his chest with the diving stop right there. Unbelievable stop by Chris Graham.
Bias, I don't know about you, but despite the score, I think Chris Graham has been excellent today.
Certainly, I 100% agree with that. Chris Graham has been excellent, especially in this second period. And I believe that last save right there really just punctuates his night so far.
Just 30 seconds left in this second period. The Fighting Knights still remain on a penalty kill. Towns Haley fires this one all the way down the ice. Just under a minute left in this penalty kill for the Fighting Knights. Luca Vecino on the forecheck. The Owls breaking in with speed. That shot blocked by Kurth. And time will expire.
At the end of the second period, the score here at Palm Beach Skate Zone is the Florida Atlantic University Owls 7, the Lynn University Fighting Knights 2. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back here at the Palm Beach Skate Zone. I got it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to tonight's game, which features Lynn University's Fighting Knights and the Florida Atlantic University Owls. All right, Clifton Haskins, so we are back here for the third period. What can you expect out of this remaining period of the game?
I really expect the Fighting Knights to try to show some spark of life, to try to at least get in a couple goals, maybe some puck luck here and there, and maybe we could see a large comeback here in this third period of play. The Fighting Knights penalty kill has been excellent in today's game. I believe that they're on their fourth penalty kill. They only have 38 seconds left to go. And we will see Sal Esposito and the captain, Germando. Germando with a goal in today's game. That one coming early in the first period.
Seems like Coach Peroni is rounding it off with number 5, Chris Trokey, and Willem Kurth in the back end.
FAU on into the attack and starting early for their power play. 20 seconds left as the Fighting Knights will send this one all the way down the ice. Ten seconds remaining on the man advantage for the Owls. As time will expire, and Mason Marie off to the races right out of the box. Marie, rebound, and a save. Mason Marie came flying out of the box and created an excellent opportunity just seconds upon stepping onto the ice.
Marie really changed the dynamic of the first couple minutes of the match, flying his way past the Owls.
Mason Marie always doing what he does best, creating offense and opportunities. And now we see Towns Haley swiping that big stick away. Now Sheffield. Sheffield, a collision and an offsides. And we do have a shout out to our camera personnel, Chelsea Morin, working today's game. Shout out to her, Chelsea Morin, working the camera.
Always doing an excellent job and providing you guys, our fans, the great game that we have here this afternoon.
And shout out to our director, Jack, for producing all of our broadcasts, as well as Cam. FAU on the attack. A shot, that one skipping its way into the boards. Haley finishing his check, as well as Sam Sheffield. Sheffield has it now. Goes back the other way, feeling the pressure. FAU in the slot. Saved by Graham, doesn't get it, and he can't put home the rebound. Score remains the same. Long point shot. That one shoveled away to the boards. Another point shot, blocked by Haley, and it skips out of the zone. The Fighting Knights will go for a change. 17:40 remaining in the final period of play. The Owls with the shot. Another save by Chris Graham.
Lynn Ice Hockey is sponsored by Publix, Bauer Hockey, Pizza Rica, Goldie's Gang, and Howie's Hockey Tape. Also, a special shout out to all the great supporter and fans on both sides coming out to tonight's afternoon's game, including loyal fans Adam London, Tanya Serpas, Gretchen Lemken Peña, Jack, and Mabel.
The Owls will maintain possession in their own end. Now it's stripped away by Eddie Valencia. Glenn Brand sends this one ringside, trying to get to Mason Marie. Now Mason Marie has it now, trying to do a toe drag move, can't complete it. The FAU will sling this one into the zone. Now it's Germondo. Germondo with the goal in today's game. Now it's Marie struggling for possession and strips it away. Toe drag move, has it in his feet, and he's on the attack. Douglas, Kurth feeling the pressure. Now it's Mickelbust. No penalty on the play, luckily for the Fighting Knights. They've had 4 in today's game. Now it's the Owls coming back the other way. Drop pass. FAU player pestered by Jack Douglas. Now it's Kurth chipping this one out of play. And because that one went out of play, the Fighting Knights cannot change. And will keep the pair of legs on the ice. Bias, what are your thoughts on the first 5 minutes of play of the final period for the Fighting Knights today?
It's been very stagnant, Clifton. Not much has been going on in terms of offensive opportunities for both sides. You can see that the puck's been in the neutral ice for the majority of the first 5 minutes of this final period. With the occasional rush here and there, but nothing much has been going on as of late. I look for maybe one of these sides to start getting more aggressive and trying to maybe nail this one in the last period of play.
Now we see Jack Douglas getting this one to Safante, and now Douglas comes back with it again. Douglas, in alone, has no help with him, tried to center it, but that one intercepted. FAU flying back the other way on the attack. Haley falling down to the ice, and a score from the Owls.
Right on cue, Clifton. Right on cue. Okay. Right on cue, Clifton. As I predicted, I predicted that one of these sides would get more aggressive on their offensive game, and happened to be the FAU Owls, bringing in another one home, really nailing this one in the coffin. 8-2 advantage FAU.
And ladies and gentlemen, due to some technical difficulties, we will no longer have a net camera for the remaining of the broadcast. We do apologize for the inconvenience. FAU now making their lead of 6 goals as they maintain possession in the offensive zone. FAU in the attack once again. That one soaring right behind the net. The Owls with time and space. A wrister. That one fired wide. Haley shoving his man into the wall. And now it's Vicino. Vicino with that second goal in today's game for the Fighting Knights side. Dylan Stapleton. Now it's Trokey. Trokey shoving his man off. Vicino. Vicino plays it for Sheffield. Sheffield played to Rocco Braun. And Braun gets this one deep. Sheffield in on the forecheck. 13:35 remaining in the third and final period. And an offsides call.
Lynn Ice Hockey fans, tell the world you are watching. Share your experiences, connect with other fans, and gain behind-the-scenes access to your favorite team. For more information, visit Lynn Ice Hockey on Instagram and Twitter at Lynn Ice Hockey, and tweet us using the hashtag LynnKicksIce.
We need the top line out here for the Fighting Knights. Sheffield, unfortunately, losing that draw. And the Owls will return to their attack. Attempted deflection going wide. The Owls still working their way to that lower slot. Now Luke Bender turning this one over. Tried to center that one, no one there to put it home. Sheffield with some physical play down low. Sheffield trying to get that one to Vecino. Vecino staying on side. Eddie Valencia stepping on the ice now. Luca Vecino will go off in exchange for Germondo. Germondo on the back check. Excellent defensive play. Germondo with a block. Feeling the pressure from the defense. He has Mickelbust. Can't get it to him. Trying to put it back. Brand, slap shot, and a save.
Great offensive play right there by the Fighting Knights. Unfortunately, that last slap shot eyeing the middle of the chest of the goaltender right there. Overall, great play. Believe Luca Vecino might have had an open lane to maybe shoot it himself right there. But overall, great opportunity by the Fighting Knights.
I mean, we'll see another stoppage. The puck hitting the ceiling, calling for an immediate draw. This draw will come into the defensive zone of the Owls. 11:58 showing on the clock of the third and final period. As FAU wins this draw. Taking it ringside. It's Kurth with it now. They battle along with it along the boards. Now it's Brand. Brand just had that excellent slap shot opportunity just moments ago. And now a turnover deep into the Fighting Knights zone. The Owls looking to pile onto their lead. Now it's the captain, Germondo. Germondo to Mickelbust. Mickelbust. Germondo with the shot right into the logo of the FAU goaltender. FAU with a drop pass and a shot deflected wide. Kurth slamming his man into the wall. Haley pestering his man, stapling him to the boards. 10:45 left in the third period. FAU in the slots. Blocker save, rebound, shut down, and cleared away. The Fighting Knights going for a change. Bias looks like the Fighting Knights are just trying to survive out here in this third period.
Certainly seems like that, Clifton. As that Fighting Knights coming back down, trying to see if they can create anything else with the last 10 minutes remaining on in this third period of play.
Now we see Safonte. Played for Douglas. And that play will be offsides. Jaw coming just outside the defensive zone for the Florida Atlantic Owls. FAU, 2-on-1 opportunity. Shot, and they score. Making their lead 9-2.
Two-on-one. Two-on-one opportunity right there. And with that one defenseman nestled right in between both of the attackers right there for the Owls. Not really much you can do. Top bin shot right there, and the deficit has increased even more, Clifton.
Indeed it has. The Fighting Knights breaking down defensively multiple times. Vecino with the chance there. Tries to get it to Sheffield, and a save. Rebound sitting in front, and they score. The Fighting Knights now down by 6.
That one sneaking one pass from the underside of the blocker right there on the goaltender for the Florida Atlantic Owls. Good job by the Fighting Knights just staying with it. As all day it seems like that Owl's been getting a beating on the logo for the Florida Atlantic University Owls, and finally trying to squeak one through, and it managed to.
Now Owls with a opportunity and a stretching save by Graham. Graham's pads taking a beating, and we see some pushing and shoving and a penalty. Luke Bender pushing his man. A crowd forming, and we might see some more men in the box.
Seems like they're going to be sending down a Florida Atlantic Owl to the sin box. And this looks like, Clifton, will be the first power play for the Fighting Knights, coming in late in the third period.
The first man advantage for Lynn Ice Hockey, as we do see a discussion here at center ice between the Stripes.
Seems like they're discussing on what the exact call might be.
We know for sure that one man is going to be heading to the box for FAU. But the Stripes are discussing. We will see what the result here is momentarily. And I'm sure we will see the first man advantage for the Fighting Knights.
Yeah, I believe so, Clifton. I believe as that play was winding down, it seemed like there might have been potential high sticking on the Florida Atlantic Owls. That ended up being into a little argument there between both sides.
Looks like the referee has almost directed one player from the Fighting Knights to go into the penalty box. The Captain Gramando discussing with the referee, trying to see who we're putting into the box. It's a rather long discussion here by us.
Certainly, because as I mentioned earlier, it seemed like there might have been some high sticking that led into some shoving and cross-checking, and the referees are trying to decipher who might have maybe instigated that to begin with.
I believe there's talk of a suspension. Looks like he might, oh, we do see a 5-minute major on the board, and a player for the FAU will exit the game on a 5-minute major penalty. He is done for the night, giving the Fighting Knights a very long man advantage, but I do see, unfortunately, a 2-minute penalty on the side of the Fighting Knights. I have yet to see a Fighting Knights player enter the penalty box, though.
Yes, me too. I have not seen one either. Still trying to determine which Fighting Knight player is going to be in the penalty box.
So it looks like the Fighting Knights will serve a penalty, but we do see a 5-minute major on the side of FAU. So we will see about 2 minutes of 4-on-4. Then we will see the first man advantage for the Fighting Knights. Luca Vicino losing this draw for 4-on-4 play as the Fighting Knights try to center this one. Graham putting his glove down. .8:32 left in the third period. The score at 9-3, FAU. But we do see a 2-on-1 opportunity. Sal Esposito firing that one. Luca Vicino still in on the forecheck. Esposito pestering his man. Stick lift. Vicino couldn't put it home. Willem Kurth hammering this one. And Vicino and Doyle going off. And we do see an offsides call.
I was unable to hear the PA announcer for the exact infraction that was placed on the Fighting Knights. Do you happen to have any idea, Clifton, what that might have been or what the referees might have saw on that play?
I would believe it would be maybe roughing, cross-checking. That would be my best guess. But I didn't exactly get the official call. But I do know that we will see a lot of 4-on-4 and back and forth opportunities as the space kind of frees up on the ice for tonight. FAU getting an opportunity and a glove save from Chris Graham, shutting down yet another opportunity from the FAU Owls. We have about 51 seconds left of 4-on-4 here, Bias. 7 minutes and 30 seconds showing on the clock for the third period.
See if the Fighting Knights look to maybe adjust their game plan with a little bit more room in the ice. And that huge 5-minute major that could maybe benefit them in the long run.
FAU making their way through center ice as they come down on a 2-on-2. Marie defending to the slot. And an excellent glove save yet again from Chris Graham.
Chris Graham, the sure-handed Fighting Knight goaltender. Back-to-back glove saves. Showing no hesitation whatsoever. I gotta say, Clifton, the scoreboard does not reflect Chris Graham's game he's had tonight. He truly does not.
Chris Graham has been excellent for the Lynn University Fighting Knights. as FAU will win this offensive zone draw. Just 20 more seconds until the Fighting Knights will see their first man advantage of the night. As FAU looking to center this one. They go up top. Vecino trying to pull away with it. And now we officially have the very first Fighting Knights power play. It will last for a total of 3 minutes. As we see Towns Haley taking his time. Towns Haley. On to Braun. Now Vecino. Vecino back to Towns Haley. And firing this one around the boards. Just over 6 minutes left. Now it's Vecino. Vecino looking for options. Now to Haley, back to Vecino, has time and space, puts it to the slot, no one there. Marie stepping down into the fray. And this one hammered all the way down the ice. Just over 2 minutes left in this power play, lengthy power play for the Fighting Knights as they send this one all the way down the ice for an icing.
All right, Clifton, look for the Fighting Knights to really finish off strong as the remaining 5.5 minutes wind down of this third final period. Especially with a fortuitous 5-minute major, you'd like to see them finish strong and maybe knock in a couple goals here and there.
Absolutely. We do see Towns Haley. Long stretch pass to Luca Vecino. Vecino to Braun. Braun to the center of the net. No one there to put home that rebound. Chris Graham stopping it for Towns Haley. Now Mason Marie. Marie with speed. Taking his time. Marie with a toe drag move and gifting it to Rocco Braun. Braun to Luca Vecino. Vecino, shot! That one to the boards. And it's cleared out by the FAU Owls. Now a long lead pass can't be completed to Rocco Braun. 55 seconds left in this power play for the Fighting Knights. It's Bender, Marie. Marie, that shot blocked. Now it's Braun. Back to Bender. That shot blocked yet again. And this one cleared all the way down the ice for the Owls. Luke Bender behind the net. 4:10 remaining in the third period. Sam Sheffield with an excellent spinorama move and stripped away from him and resulting in a turnover. The Owls with the shot. That one sent to the corner. It's Bender. That lead pass to Harvey can't be completed. And a huge hit there on Sam Sheffield. He pops right back up. And the man advantage will expire for the Fighting Knights. No luck on that lengthy power play. Another shot. That one hitting the side of the net and centered. No one there to put it home. Three minutes and 15 seconds left in this third period. Some rough battles going on in the far side corner. Sam Sheffield putting this out for yet another stoppage.
Fighting Knights unable to capitalize on that lengthy power play. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate, Clifton, but I believe that the Fighting Knights can hold their heads high with their successful penalty kills throughout today's game.
You certainly have to compliment the Fighting Knights penalty kill in today's game, shielding off 4 power plays from FAU as this shot is fired away into the netting for yet another whistle.
Yeah, certainly that power play coming in late in this third period. You wonder if maybe that major come in maybe earlier in the match, if that would have changed the dynamic of this. But by this length of the game, of a 6-goal difference, very tough to surmount this huge task that they have at hand with 2 minutes 33 winding down.
Mason Marie now wheeling and dealing out of his own zone. Back to Mason Marie. Marie looking for a spark. Can't put it to the back of the net. 2:15 left. Marie with another intercept. Now to Douglas. Shot. And that one sent to the corner. Douglas sending this one on to Safante. The Owls send this one the length of the ice for an icing. $1:43 left in this third period of play.
Clifton, what are some of your takeaways as we wind down this final third period of play on the Fighting Knights overall?
Well, we do see some major improvements on the Fighting Knights penalty kill. And we do know that as of this game, their aggressive forecheck leads to goals. That first 10 minutes of the very first period was like nothing we've ever seen from the Fighting Knights. It created opportunities, mistakes from the Florida Atlantic University Owls. And those are the two biggest keys they could use to generate more wins in the future.
I tend to agree right there. And some highlights from this match, I think Mason Marie, his presence on the ice is felt. As a defenseman, his offensive capabilities are excellent. Able to swivel past the Owls defense tonight. It's been showing. Luca Vicino and Tommy Gramando both sharing goals in this match. Certainly good signs for the Fighting Knights to know that they can still count on their captain and longtime Luca Vicino. But yes, as you stated, Clifton, something that Fighting Knights should look to improve upon is, improving on that offensive pressure that we first witnessed in the first 10 minutes of play.
We do have 1:31 left in this game. The score still 9-3 FAU Owls. Sheffield on the draw. Wins it back to Kurth. The Owls pass their way through the central. Now it's Braun. Braun, a long shot. That one right into the corner. A minute 10 left. Mason Marie now, and we are entering the final minute of today's game. The Owls, slot opportunity, a blocker save. Now the Owls have it at the point. Far circle, high slot, shot into the netting. Just 40 seconds left here in today's game. Gramando on the draw. Back to Kurth. Knights trying to exit the zone. Mickle bust along the near side boards. 25 seconds left. They battle along the boards. 15 now. FAU passing their way in their own zone. 5 seconds. FAU with yet another opportunity. Puck remains behind the net, and time will expire.
The final score of today's game, Florida Atlantic University Owls 9, Lynn University Fighting Knights 3.
Thank you for joining us for today's game. Lynn Ice Hockey Program Director is Ted Curtis. Head coach is Michael Perroni. Head manager for Lynn Ice Hockey is Kristen Alusi. Still photography is provided by Zev Pilshaw. The broadcast director is John Waller. Our producer is Campbell Robinson. Our camera operator is Chelsea Morin. My name is Clifton Haskin. On behalf of myself, Luis Baez, and the entire team, thank you for joining us, and have a great night.